Alright, I just got this in the mail today. It is another International Freightliner model. I got this for 21 bucks off eBay used, which is a really good price for these things, especially for how good shape it's in. As you can tell, I gave it custom black rims like I usually do with my bus models. Um, And then there was writing on the side of this bus, which I'm pretty sure is probably why it was going for so cheap, but I was able to take that off with nail polish remover, and that looks pretty darn good. It is missing the stop sign. I did know that. Oh, forgot to take that off. I didn't even realize that was back there. But I thought I'd make a video of it because I noticed a few differences between the version I already have, or model I already have. This is the one that I've had for a while now. I got this about midway through last year, and you might be able to tell one of the differences already, and that's in the paint. The paint on this one is a really light orange, basically yellow, and this one's just straight up orange, which I thought was interesting. Another difference, I'm not sure if this was customized or not. I presume this wasn't a customization, but this model actually has black on the hood latches. More detail there than on that one, which does not. But other than that, for the most part, they're exactly the same on the sides. And then the rear should be the same, other than the paint color. Yep. And this side, of course, this one's missing the stop sign, the new one I got. But other than that, it's the same. Oh, and this. And then the front, there's another difference on the front, which is the International logo. On my old model, it was red with white lettering, and then on the new one, it's white with red lettering. So I'm guessing different generations of the model and possibly bus. I'm not too sure. So yeah. And another thing I did notice about this is the paint's kind of like messed up a little bit. Like you can see it's cracking, which isn't good. But hopefully for the time I have it, it won't get too bad. And then another problem that it has is this falls off, but I'm just gonna glue this back on. I had that same issue on this model, but I just used some glue and glued it back on, so I'm not too concerned about that. So yeah, not sure I'm gonna model this bus. I still have none of my other models modeled as anything yet because I'm still waiting for a label maker. But for the time being, I will scale this with other models. So first off, here's the other International I have, Freightliner. And then the bus it probably scales the best with is the Ertl. This is my bank version. The Ertl 3800. See? Of course, they're quite a bit different. This is a this is a Bluebird 3800, and this is a Thomas 3800 or 3000 series. And then the successor, I believe, to the 3800 Thomases, the FS65. This is where it starts to get a little bit different in scaling, but not too bad. I'd still consider both of them to be 1/53rd scale, which is why I have them both in the same fleet. So yeah, and then of course Thomas's most recent uh, bus and bus model, the Safety Liner C2. Of course, quite a bit different. Modern Thomas versus 90s Thomas, or technically 80s Thomas, because this does have 1988 written on the bottom of it. Of course, this one has a lot more detail, so. Although both are official models released by the companies. So yeah. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be getting any more of these. I know there are a ton on eBay, but I got this one more as just like to have as like a parts bus, because I didn't have like any parts bus modeled, or like any buses I could model for parts buses. And it's always nice to have like a spare or parts bus for your 153rd fleet. I think it just makes it look a little bit cooler. So yeah, that's what this is going to be used for. And I don't really necessarily need more of them, because these buses nowadays, I mean, you don't really ever see these. I don't know of any district that still has these old Thomas buses. Since, you know, they're getting pretty darn old now, sadly. I'm probably going to start getting, I do hope to start getting more of these, though, for my fleet. Even though these are starting to get more unrealistic, since even a lot of fleets I see don't have these anymore, which is a shame. Probably my best bet for a more accurate fleet would be getting a ton of these, but I don't really have the money for them, because they're like $70 a piece, and I'm not even sure if Thomas' website still has any left, because when I got this, it was the numbers were going down pretty fast. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the fleet in the future. For now, I'm pretty happy with the buses I have. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.